Morife, Morife, don't run. Morife, don't run. Former President Goodluck Jonathan, don't run. Ebele, don't run. I have been reading about seeing videos and comments about the PDP attempting to convince former President Goodluck Jonathan to run for presidency in the 2027 elections. And many of these individuals come from the same stock that ganged up against him to enable Buhari come into power. Dear President Goodluck Jonathan, this is the second video or third video I have addressed to you. The first one I addressed to you was when you were in office, and I told you about several things you were not doing well. And I said it in my friend's church, where people who were close to you were gathered, that they should tell you that you were not handling power well. They didn't get it to you. This is the second attempt to make you run for presidency. The last one, I told you not to run. And please, I am begging you again, don't run. You know, I have always fought those who fought you, who are currently being hypocritical when their brother is now in power. But I will not allow you make a grievous mistake without warning you beforehand. You know, we are in the same age bracket. We left secondary school around the same time. And we are from the same area. Don't let them use your head to break coconut. You see, fame must be managed. And don't stretch your luck, your good luck, too far. There is a limit luck can take you. Over availability reduces value. When I preach in a church and they hear, oh, these things happen, if they come back, I don't go there often. There are some places I have not been to. I've never been to South Africa again. I've never been to Ethiopia. After some time, I stopped going to Madagascar. Never been to South Sudan. In fact, I'm tired of going to the UK. I'll go to Germany and Romania because of my children and my grandchildren. But don't frequent your neighbor's house, you will lose value. You must always leave when the ovation is loudest. Don't preach until they give you paper to stop. When you preach and the people are up, stop. It increases your value. I have not visited more than 35 homes in the whole world in the past 25 years and beyond. When I stopped in Zurich, in Switzerland, I went to one of the restaurants where Nigerian celebrities eat. Oh, doctor, why don't you take something? I refused. I went somewhere else. Why don't you take? I refused. As they were crowding me, give us an interview. I left. And they want me back. I will go at my own terms. President Goodluck Jonathan, when you were in office, things were better, but you were not the best president. You did not meet our expectation. You did not confront our challenges head on. And the corruption and misbehavior was too much during your time. The next thing is that what we have today in Nigeria are beyond your competence and your nature. You are a very simple person, very nice person. What Nigeria needs today is a hard man who has the love of the country at heart, who will not fear any person, is willing to do what is necessary to make this country move forward. The challenges confronting Nigeria today are beyond your nature, beyond your character, beyond your competence. And those who will lure you to contest, if you win, they will ruin you. They will put you under unnecessary pressure. If you lose, twice beaten, once beaten, twice shy. This one, twice beaten, I don't know what to say. Heavily disgraced. Don't contest. The small pride we have for you, or you have, the small legacy and respect, keep it. In fact, be an elder statesman and be a father of the nation that people can rally around. Look for other things of regional interest, national interest that you can partake on. These crooks urging you to contest will mess you up. A lot of them are broke and out of power. They want to come back. Small money when you get, so small businesses when you do, I beg, manage them. Old age is expensive. But let me say something. The PDP was too arrogant. You guys were too proud. You messed up this country electoral process. Go to court. Go to court. We are the biggest party in Africa. We will rule Nigeria for 100 years. PDP. How markets? How markets? You remember how all of them abandoned you around the APC? But I ask a simple question. Are you going to run an election with a fractured party? Second question. Why did the PDP not raise credible candidates, nationalists, with integrity that people can rally around? Where are people like Olusegun Mimiko, my friend, that handled their BA project in Ondo State? Why don't they go and look for people like Olusegun Mimiko, who I know is quite like Peter Obi? Why not beg Peter Obi to be your presidential candidate? Let the obedience follow him now that Atiku has resigned. What this country needs today, somebody like Peter Obi that can spontaneously control a large following that are obedient to him, that are willing to invest their money. Why don't you go pick candidates like Aisha Yesufu, rebrand the PDP, look for people like Dele Farotimi, if possible, beg very dark man to contest for Senate or House of Reps in Abuja. Look for credible candidates in the states to run as governors. Build from below. Look for credible candidates to run for House of Assembly. The presidency, with somebody like you won't win. I tell you the truth.
My message to former President Goodluck Jonathan: Daddy, dey where you dey your house. All these northerners where they come and contest for 2027 presidency, you go win. Come and finish Tinubu regime. Dey your house. Tinubu no favor them. After Buhari don't scatter this country for 8 years, now Tinubu don't enter, no favor them. They don't define you because they don't trust people to be like that. They don't define you. Make it come contest. Dey your house. Then go rubbish you. This Tinubu government na agboro and the drunk as government too. We can go take 3 o'clock, drink, come out for national TV, they talk anyhow. Any day we go declare say one contest, Come see wetin go happen that day. Dey your house. I think nothing come out you for work. No be nothing has come out you. I think they said they don't want to. This they say the fisherman, your father na fisherman. Say na can you they say. Say not you wake up nothing as no call you 2014 to 15. Now they don't call you back because Tinubu government no favor them. Then go rubbish you, daddy. Our daddy Goodluck Jonathan. Then go rubbish you. Dey your house, they look them. All those your pensioner and everything where they chop as former president. They chop and dey your house. They see as Nigeria they go. These people want to spoil your image, yo. This current government, how will I start to fool you out? Now, you know, she about the talk. Now, I start to like for this government. These people, they ready to from money, rubbish shit till night. No mind them. They your house. Make Tinubu they deal with them. I think they say if you fisherman, if you your father na fisherman, say no go school. Say just the rubbish you when you there for power. So leave them. Make them and Tinubu they settle and there. No contents, and be my own. They your house, good luck. Make these people no rubbish you. Nothing as a go. You know, so I don't talk. This Tinubu government now drunkards. Now for this government. About drunkards. People know sabi talk. Waiting they know. What they can talk. They will come and see person like Opo will wait there 40 something years. You see as we get the contract. Anything when we get tell and go come talk. Say new sheriff in town. Who be new sheriff? Person we no pass why you say na new sheriff. They your house, my shaman, our daddy. No mind waiting then they tell you to come contest. No mind, I beg. This your respect. Just keep this your respect for yourself.
I mean, I think there have been talks around, the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, returning to Aso Rock by 2027. I mean, there have been some discussion around his, possibility of running again to be president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please. I think Goodluck Jonathan has been a very good friend of this administration. He has done so well. He has been supportive. He has been very, very, good ambassador of Nigeria, even beyond, Nigeria itself. He has done a lot in Africa. He has been a very good ambassador, and nobody would love to, drag him and say, oh, he's next after Dev. But if he decides to run, we just have to remind everybody how the situation of Nigeria was at that time. The kind of corruption that was, that was the order of the day when he was president. He gave us Emefiele. Obviously, you all know Emefiele is in jail as we speak. He gave us Alice Madueke. We all know the story around the petroleum ministry. But the level of corruption that was going on at that time, he wouldn't have been able to successfully remove fuel subsidy. And that was the reason why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu protested alongside a number of, Nigerians against that administration. So, I don't know what he's trying to do as we speak, but I would advise that he's not thinking, about running. Even that should not even cross his mind. Because the South have been in a good position come 2039 to present a president. I mean, we have the likes of Yeson Wike, Godswill Akpabio in a very good position. Then why do you not need to rush it? So please, I will advise Goodluck Jonathan, just continue to do what you're doing in Africa. Be the peace ambassador that you've been, and let all this be false and not true. If it is true that you're running, we have all the records.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asked the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, to run 2027 presidential election on their platform. They said they are giving him a ticket. Now, I want to ask you, Nigerians, do you want Goodluck Jonathan or do you want Peter Obi? Because between these two, we're going to choose one. Do you think that Goodluck Jonathan has all it takes, to zopota Nigeria from this mess that it is now? Because it's Buhari and the T-boy that has actually you can imagine what they've done to Nigeria. I can't even, there's not even English to qualify it. So do you want a Goodluck Jonathan to actually run and be elected, or is it Peter Obi? Because to me, those two people have the credibility and has all it takes to zopota Nigeria from the mess and the shamble that it has, fallen into. You understand? Tell me in the comment section, because it is going to be a race for a race. Now, I don't
know if you have heard that there is a possibility of former President Goodluck Jonathan
before your question,
to be in the 2027 race on the platform of the PDP. Did you hear that? And if you did, how did that come to you?
Okay, before I give you that answer, Sean, let me tell you, when we were doing this interview, there was this power failure from whoever was displaying from this power failure. And if you go by what Tinubu said, that if we fail to give you power in 4 years, please don't vote for us. And people that today, there's not a testimony that they've now failed, because as we're doing this interview now, the 12 hours. So Tinubu, please lead up to what you say, lead power, because you have failed to give us power. Now, coming to the issue of Jonathan, I think the next couple of weeks, are going to be very, very kind of interesting, because things are very, very dynamic. The way things are happening, with such quick succession, I don't think we'll be able to see what's going to emerge in 2027 for election. One is that, everything there is now this groundswell that, APC has failed, and nobody wants APC. The question is, the other parties in opposition, and those who, how do rally around, how do harness all this goodwill we are now having through APC failure, which we save Nigeria? That's the next question. So, if Jonathan is stepping in, then you're going to have, ADC, PDP, and the APC. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I like, the more the merrier. To me, I love a Christ assured by, there are challenges. And I think Jonathan is most welcome. He's most competent. He's very qualified, eminently, talking politically. And so, to me, I welcome him into PDP. I welcome him. I campaigned for him in 2014. He was my president. So I welcome him.
Yeah, so, but in your mind, and I'm talking to a very experienced politician here, and you know the politics of the North and that of Nigeria like the back of your hands. You're very familiar with all of these narratives and all of the indices that make up our politics. But the big question is, if you are strategizing for the PDP, you would like to put your best foot forward. Would you say Goodluck Jonathan, if given the ticket, is your best fit?
I think so far now in the PDP, and with all respect to all the members of the PDP, I don't see a better alternative than to Jonathan. If he comes to PDP, I don't see any other person, really. If we're giving the presidency to the South, into the PDP, who is there in PDP now who can challenge Jonathan in terms of pedigree, in terms of being there in office, in terms of being cool-headed, in terms of being somebody who is willing to listen, and somebody who's also a key player, who believe, in partnership. I think for PDP now, they should try and woo him, and he's their best bet. To me, he's their best bet.
Now, political leaders from the North are calling on former President Goodluck Jonathan to join the 2027 presidential race. According to sources, the leaders are working behind the scene to convince the former president to run for presidency in the next election. The sources said that the recent comments by the governor Bauchi Bala Mohammed to the effect that he would not contest the election if Jonathan eventually caves in, noted that the governor's statement is beyond just any comment. This day learned that the scheming to persuade the former Nigerian leader to join the race was already in top gear, even though Jonathan is non-committal at the moment. Arise analyst Dayo Shobowale joins us now to speak on the plan, according to sources by the northern leaders, to convince former President Goodluck Jonathan to run come 2027. Good afternoon and welcome to Tuesday.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is not the first time that we're hearing this. The last time we heard this news come out, it didn't catch enough wind to come to fruition. Do you think this time around the former president will bite at the cherry?
There's no smoke without fire. And I take it seriously. Although you have to look at the practicability of it. See, if you have a strategy, you must make that strategy work in your environment. The strategy management, what do they call it? The inseparability of strategy from the environment. So let us look at this proposal. Okay, Jonathan is now busy on international assignments, monitoring elections, brokering peace. You get me? And I hope he comes to the side of ECOWAS to do something there. So it is all right for people to want him to be there. But who are the people proposing? They say the North. Yeah. There is no North. Whether you like it or not. The military made sure of that. If you look at our history, 1966, when they killed the Premier of the North and the Prime Minister of Nigeria, there was a counter coup when the North retaliated. And then the civil war ensued. Now, to make sure that the rest of the East does not follow Ojukwu, we had these 12 days. Now we have 36 days. And of course, there is no homogeneous Arewa. They like to call it Arewa. There is no Arewa anymore. Get me? Because you know how many states you have in the North now. Even the Northeast, where I was split into 6. So when people talk of the North, there is no North. There is no homogeneity. They cannot talk with one voice. You see, when I was in the civil service, there was this idea that Northerners are born to rule. They don't hide it from you. You get me? It's the arrogance of power. I'm telling you, there is no North. Nobody can speak from. You have North Central, you have Northeast, you have Northwest. No way they can speak with one voice. So, it's wishful thinking to envisage that. Let's leave it at that first.
Okay. Let's just see it as potential wishful thinking, Mr. Sheboale. But what does this move suggest about the current state of political alliances and power dynamics within the northern political establishment?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that you cannot separate strategy from the environment. I've just spoken to you about the environment now, the Northeast, Northwest now, and they are all in various parties, not in the same party. You get me? And then let me go further. If they say they are even not satisfied with Tinubu, and they were not satisfied with Jonathan too, because you know when Buhari lost, first time, second time, it threatened blood and blue murder until Jonathan, like a sportsman, gamefully, your own sports now, gamefully succumbed to persuasion, and Buhari has been there since. So there is no North, I keep on saying that, and it is arrogance of power for people to come out. They have all sorts of bodies, Arewa, Elders Forum, there is no North.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. It is actually annoying and upsetting that they not think they can eat their cake and have it back. These guys and these people literally chased Goodluck Jonathan away from power in 2015. Nigerians who knew what these guys were up to cried out and said everything not to vote the APC into power then. But all those pleas, they fell on deaf ears, and we are in a very dire situation today. Buhari came into power and ruined Nigeria, and Tinubu administration has come trying to do their best and to see how they can revive, even though I cannot even exonerate Tinubu from the mess Nigeria is currently in, because he supported Buhari's government and he was the one who even brought Buhari to power. So there is no way you can talk about the destruction or what Nigeria is actually passing today without speaking about the contribution of Tinubu to this whole mess we are in today. So in spite of the fact that we are saying that Tinubu is trying to do his bit to ensure that he revives Nigeria's economy or try to do his best to bring Nigeria back to where it's supposed to be, there is no way we can say Tinubu is not culpable. Now, the painful part and the most annoying part inside this whole thing is the fact that they not think they can get anything they want anytime they want and however way they want it. Goodluck Jonathan was the person they demonized. They said all sorts of things about this man. They said all sorts of things, all sorts of rubbish they said against Goodluck Jonathan. But the man never said anything to them. He told them that it was better to continue with his government instead of going back to the former and the old ways. But Nigerians never listened. They felt like, oh, they've seen the height of corruption and that they've seen the height of insensitivity of the government towards the plight of Nigerians during Goodluck Jonathan's administration. They never knew they were going to meet the worst, and they never knew they were going to beg for Jonathan's administration to even come back. I'm very certain that if we can turn back the hands of time, a vast majority of Nigerians will be begging Goodluck Jonathan to come back. The current challenges of Nigeria is something I feel Jonathan won't be capable of handling. And if we'll be honest with ourselves, Nigeria is very divided across so many lines. There is no way Jonathan, with his very meek and simple-minded heart, can solve this problem we are having. We need somebody that is very hard, a person that is very hard on Nigerians, that can take a bold step in spite of the criticism to take Nigeria to where it belongs. The reason why the North are crying and they are saying they want Goodluck Jonathan to come back is not actually because they love Goodluck Jonathan or because they are seeing anything new in him. They feel like he's somebody that they can control, because during Jonathan's administration, he did everything to please the North. But the North, as greedy as they were never pleased with all the good things Jonathan did for them. They weaponized insecurity, preached all manner of hate against his government, and ensured that they removed him. And now today, the same person they despised and they insulted is the same person they are calling to come back. Isn't this hypocrisy? If we watch very closely, we know that the reason why they hate Tinubu's administration is actually because he's balkanizing the North and demystifying the Fulani hegemony in the northern Nigeria, because they are the one with the hold of power in the North. And this thing has been demystified. They don't want to give Tinubu another 4 more years to finally crush them and put them to where they belong. And that is the reason why they are doing everything they can to remove Tinubu from power. And on the other hand is P2B. They believe if P2B comes to power in 2027, he could stay for 8 years, because people likely change, and in most cases, they don't adhere to the gentleman agreement they once had if they attain the position they were jostling for. So the northern oligarchs don't want to risk that. And not just that, they believe that if P2B gets to power, it will be easier for the Igbos to actualize their Biafra dream. Well, for me, I believe these are just excuses. The reason why they don't want an Igbo man to become the president is actually because of the issue they had during the Civil War, and that's just it. That hatred for the Igbos is still entrenched in the Fulanis, and that is the reason why the Fulanis are doing everything they can to ensure that an Igbo man don't become the president of Nigeria. Personally, for me, I won't advise former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to come back again, because the perks he's enjoying now around the world can never be said of any ex-president. He has won so many awards. Many people respect him across the globe, and he has earned himself an indelible reputation across the globe. There is a saying that you must leave the stage when the ovation is high. He didn't lost anything, or he didn't miss anything at the presidential villa, so he shouldn't be coming back again if he doesn't want to soil everything that he has labored for. He should leave PDP and the North with their problems. They should go and solve their problems anyhow they can solve it. He was once criticized and made the villain by these northern oligarchs. Why are they coming for him again? Now they feel he is the savior to save Nigeria now because he suits their agenda and their selfish interest. But you know what? It is not going to work. Kindly drop what you have to say in the comment section. And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel.